I want to talk about something. Today's Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King, with much respect to the message, at least, there's other things we discover later, but I'm not going to get into that. It's not my aim today to talk about any man's dark secrets or anything like that. To me, I think he was a great man with great ideas and very inspirational and did a lot for black people as a whole and for society. Very, very appreciative of Martin Luther King. Much respect. However, thinking of higher conscience and just thinking back on what we needed as black people, and that's where this message can kind of be controversial because I'm still someone who has black skin in this world, and I think about our experience quite often and every day, and that's actually why I'm here is to, number one, enrich my people with knowledge and wisdom and how to ascend higher, because there's been an imbalance in the last, of course, 400 or so years or more. There's been an imbalance in power, and we suffered as a result of that imbalance of power. So I do everything in my power first to help my people ascend past where they are, and that's my number one. That's like my number one duty and my number one calling is to help black people. I'm saying I would say I spread higher consciousness all over the world. But what I want to say, let me light this up real quick. It's a Black Hippie Jesus show, YouTube. But I like to smoke weed, and I guess I'm gonna go outside real quick and talk to y'all. Oh shit! Wait 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna go outside real quick. I don't even know. I just want to. Yeah, I just want to go outside and. I want to. Is it okay here? If it's not a problem, I just want to sit out here and. All right, cool. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. Okay, all right, y'all. So, sorry about that interruption, but thinking in higher conscious and especially more specific for black people, Martin Luther King was not the best ideas for us, and some people might get triggered by this, and I don't really care if people get triggered by things. I'm not a part of the what's that group called, the cancel culture or anything like that. I don't believe in that. I believe everybody should speak truth, and the highest truth will win. Person who speaks the greatest truth will win. And when I think back in retrospect, the greatest truth came from Malcolm X. Malcolm X was speaking exactly what black people needed at the time. Right now, we need some Martin Luther King. Now I'm gonna flip it on you in a minute. Let me light this up real quick. All right, that's what I'm gonna flip it on you. Right now, we need some Martin Luther King to judge not a man by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. But back then, we needed Malcolm X, black nationalism. And I'm ready to talk about that. And even right now, y'all still don't get it. You're still Martin Luther King. However, things have changed and gotten better. But you're still trying to integrate too much. And it needs a balance. And black people really need to spend time together and heal together. Nothing against anyone else. I have no hatred, no desire for any type of real division on the most part. But I feel like black people, if you really understand our history and what we've been through, you will cheer and applaud that, because we really need that togetherness. And that's what's happening. Like, actually, when I think about it, I always tell this story. Asia made me a Pan-African. And when I say Asia made me a Pan-African, it does not mean I'm against others. Now, that's where I have to go now into Pan-Africanism, which is on the vein of black nationalism, but more on a global scale. So let me talk about Pan-Africanism for a minute. The Black Kid Jesus here talking about Pan-Africanism, why I feel like it's so important. But I don't come at this with the angle of hate, exclusion, or being like any of the other ones that you might see on YouTube today. But what I want to say is that the reason I'm a Pan-African is that I believe economically, and it should be some block of solidarity between all black people around the whole globe. And that goes from what I call the sun path all the way to New Zealand, all the way to Peru, and the whole continent of Africa, the Caribbean. We've been through so much together. Look at all our collective histories, a lot of pain and trauma that we still carry to this day. And even they've turned us against each other. You know, they made us enemies of each other. You know, Africans might not like black Americans, and black Americans might not like Africans, and Caribbean might not like people from India, or, you know, because I consider, you know, people in India black as well because of skin color and texture. Or, you know, people in Mexico, black Afro-Mexicans might not like black Americans. You know, it's just for examples. There's examples here. People just don't like each other because they taught us basically that black is not good. Black is subconsciously, everyone has this thing in their mind that black is somehow lower or worse, or, you know. So we need that collective power. We are gaining that, and that's what's happening now today. But we need to unify because we've always been splintered. We've always been, not I would say always, but, you know, especially over time as ideas and things start to happen. People say, you know, I'm a Christian, and they'll go off and start a Christian culture, or I'm a Muslim, and they go off and start a Muslim country, or I'm you know, this tribe, and they, you know, create a whole country out of a tribe. This type of thinking was our Achilles heel, and that's why we were taken over in the I would say 18th century, 16th. I would say 16th century, 17th century. You know, we started to get taken over slowly but surely. Or you want to be technical, go all the way back to Greece. But anyway, just on a mass scale, black people, you know, we've been subjected to a lot, and I feel like now is the time to build more things for us first, and to us to heal and get our community together, to get what we need together, to be effective in the world and to change the world and reclaim our throne, because we were on top of the world. You read history, really know history, you would see black faces all over the globe making history. So I'm a Pan-African, not that I don't discriminate against any other people, but I want the truth to be known at the same time. But I love all people. I fought for all people. And a lot of my lifetimes, I was right there in Europe, working with, you know, my white brothers and sisters, you know, fighting oppression, you know, everywhere. And all my lifetime, I've been fighting a freedom fighter. And, you know, here I am now, where, you know, more liberated, but I'm also going to speak higher consciousness, and I want to liberate people as well. So, just back to my message by Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, I feel that Malcolm X, especially for Black America, was the best thing for us. And this is very, you know, controversial. No disrespect to Martin Luther King. The best thing for us was what Malcolm X I did at the time. If we would have really rallied together, you know, really protected ourselves, especially, and, you know, economically, you know, and that's why one thing about Donald Trump, he, you know, people like, I'm not all mad with Trump, and I feel like he was really honest in telling Black Americans that if you don't, you know, if you don't pay attention here, history gonna repeat itself. We needed to go back and get our economic shit together. We don't need these handouts from. We already know this whole. I'm not even gonna talk about the Democratic Party. I'm not none of it anyway. So don't, you know, I'm totally completely separated. I judge both sides. I judge America. And, you know, looking in retrospect, that whole shit all that was bullshit, man. Trump was like more right is what people needed than this shit going on right now, as you know. So. It was all a scam. You know, no disrespect to people who are liberals or Democrats, but people are starting to wake up and realize a lot of this was a scam, and it's time for black people to get their own shit together. Like, yo, really build your own social media sites. Really start to build your own tech companies, which I'm really an advocate for. Build everything, because the stuff is still there anyway. You're trying to integrate into stuff that will always exclude you by some type of mechanism they might have in place. And it's time to wake up, rally together, and make something happen for yourself, black people, instead of, oh, we want to be integrated, we want to go to the schools, we want to do this, we want to do that. Look, listen, I have much respect for Republican people in America, white people. I understand them. I got a chance to, I expand my conscience, I understand people, I talk to people. And they even tell us, all we want you guys to do is get your shit together. Yeah, that shit happened in the past. It happened. But get your shit together, man. Just make some shit happen. You can do it. And that's the mindset you got to have to make something happen. That's when I talk about magic, is waking black people up. Say, hey, you can make things happen. We can build our own communities now without having to integrate into other people's societies. You don't have to. No disrespect to their society. Everyone can have their own culture, society, what feels great for them. And that's what people have done anyway, all throughout the ages. It's craziness. It's integration. So I'm just going to say, I have very controversial thoughts, and I don't care. I'm still going to tell the truth. And the truth was that Malcolm X was right. Martin Luther King was wrong. I just want to talk about that today on Martin Luther King Day. I did want to talk about that, but I just had to say. I've been really wanting to say that. Every Martin Luther King holiday, I really didn't want to talk about this. And talk about black empowerment and what we can do. Now we all have to unify as humans. And this is what I'm saying now. This is what I talked about now. We do need some Martin Luther King, because we all need to find a unifying thing as humans to fight against what we're going to fight against here in a moment. Now, that's been in the past. We need to get this shit together. But now we need to rally around everybody who's woke and conscious and say, hey, there's some deep, dark shit happening in this planet. We ought to stand up against it. So when I stand up against, I'm not talking about guns. I'm talking about in your mind. Breaking free from the matrix in your mind. I'm not inciting any violence. I'm talking about in your mind. Say, hey, I don't want to participate anymore in things that are taking my freedom and my dignity as a human being. I don't want to participate in this anymore. If I feel like I'm oppressed in a society, I can get out of that society. Work your way out of that thing. If you feel like something is against you in whatever society you think you're living in, you can make it happen. People have done this in the past. They made a way out of no way. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta be strong. You gotta say, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this life that I'm living. Take control of your life, because you are your savior. That's one thing you're gonna hear about me saying a lot. You are your savior. You are your own Lord. You are the Christ, the son and daughters of the living God. So it's Kwame Selassie signing out on Martin Luther King Day. Much respect, Martin Luther King. 1964. Great year. Talk about that another day. But anyway, y'all just be blessed, and I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. I'm getting high at a Fuse meal. We out here.